Cyberpunk 2077 is delayed again!
Oh shit, here we go again.
I've been sitting here for an hour just trying to think about how I can talk about this, how I can make a video about this, how can I talk about easily one of the best games being delayed for the upteenth time in its long development cycle. I mean, when you think about Cyberpunk 2077, it's been in development for, since probably 2012, 2013. My glasses are dirty. Let me freaking clean my glasses. But it's like, I've been waiting for this game for pretty much since The Witcher 3 back in 2015, the last game that CD Projekt Red made, and I'm so excited. I was so excited for this video game. I literally yesterday. This is what, like, the timing of this game could not be more perfect. The timing of the delay of this game could not be more perfect. Because yesterday, I'm so excited. I'm pumped for Cyberpunk 2077. It was $10 off at Amazon. Tomorrow is Friday. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is gonna come out. So I was like, oh man, this is just the meeting of the minds, right? The perfect timing for Cyberpunk 2077 to go on sale, $10. And Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which I'm gonna play for the entirety of the weekend. All that good stuff. I'm gonna watch football. I'm gonna have a great time, right? So I go on to Amazon. I pre-order the game. I pre-ordered it, right? I go on. I'm like, you know what? That's not good enough, right? $50. I gotta spend more money on the game, right? But I don't want to buy the $200 collector's edition because it's pretty much been sold out. And I'm like, you know what? It's been a long time since I've bought a collector's edition, or really just a edition of a game guide. So I go on to Amazon, I'm looking at the game guide, and really that's what started it off. I'm a habitual shopper. When I get going, I spend hundreds of dollars. I got a problem that needs to be addressed. But I go on and I'm like, oh, there's a $35 collector's edition of the game guide. Let's get that as well. And then I got a game lore book that's like 190 something pages. The collector's edition game guide is like 300 pages, almost 400 really. And then the game guide is an additional 100 and something pages. I think it's 192 pages of just lore for Cyberpunk 2077. All in all, everything cost $130. I was like, that's it. That's what I want. Finally, I get back to the old school of video gaming where you have a guy just right next to you as you're playing your game. Where's my controller? Here it is. I'm back at it. I'm playing the game, right? I'm playing the game. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe this game is so freaking awesome, right? Then I go back, I'm opening up the guide. I'm like, oh my god, this guide is so awesome. And then the freaking game gets delayed for 9 months. Technically 5 months, but it's gonna be 9 months before I can play the game. Pretty much it's gonna be the next gen is going to get here before Cyberpunk 2077 gets here. I can't believe it. CD Projekt Red is known for their delays. I mean, they delayed The Witcher. The Witcher was supposed to come out in 2014, June, July-ish. Then it got pushed back to I know all this because I literally experienced this with The Witcher 3. Then it got pushed back to February, and I was like, you know what? Let me get Dying Light because I thought Dying Light was going to be a great game. It was okay. Everybody who still plays the game thinks it's the best thing ever. I don't. But I was like, let me get Dying Light to hold me over for The Witcher 3. That didn't work out very well. Then The Witcher 3 came out on May something. I don't know when it came out, but it came out in May something, and it's one of the best games ever created. And I think something similar is going to happen with Cyberpunk 2077, where Cyberpunk 2077 is going to come out September 17th, 2020. It's going to be one of the best games ever made. It's going to shock the world. It's going to do all that stuff. It does not help that it was delayed 5 months. And you want to know the most frustrating thing about what frickin' CD Projekt Red tweeted today? You want to know the most frustrating thing for me as a gamer? You want to know the most frustrating thing that I had to read on Twitter, right? I had to read it on Twitter. I read on the tweet that CD Projekt Red announced, the game is playable. It's fully playable right now. It's the beginning of 2020. It's January. The game is fully playable right now. It's fully playable! And I had to read it, and the reason why they're planning on delaying the game, and it makes a lot of sense, is they say, and I don't have the tweet right next to me, but they said that the reason why they're taking so much time with Cyberpunk 2077 is because they want to polish the game, which makes a lot of sense because Cyberpunk 2077 is probably going to be a 100-hour plus game. It's going to have a lot of content to it, a lot of side quest missions, a lot of different options. Hell, how you decide how you want to start the game can lead to a whole bevy of different choices and decisions that could affect the long-term period, the long term of the game. I don't, like, there's a lot of stuff that I understand about the game, a lot of stuff that I don't understand about the game, because the gameplay has been just like so nitpicked, so highly edited and all that stuff. It's hard for me to make heads or tails of what's going on in the story when there really hasn't been any story information released. Some of the gameplay elements as well, there's snippets here and there. There's snippets, but there's not the full granular package that I'm getting right now. And there's been over an hour's worth of gameplay that's been released. So, and again, my glasses are dirty. I don't know how the frick these things get so frickin' dirty. But there's so much gameplay that's been released already. And when you think about it, it's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in the game. But I'm not worried at all for the game. I'm not worried at all. It just fucking sucks that it's delayed for 5 fucking months. That's what sucks. And then on top of that, when you consider we're in January and it's January 16th, literally it's about to be a 9-month wait. It's about to be a 9-month wait. But I kind of was thinking today, I was like, They teased it in the tweet. They teased it just a little bit. They teased it in the tweet. I was like thinking to myself, they said that the game is fully playable, right? The game is fully playable. So by my watch, it's gonna be like a couple of months. My watches, because I'm that guy that has to double up on watches. But when you think about like how much time is going to be in between the game's release and currently right now, it's gonna be a lot of time. So they can polish up the game. They can probably do some more press, some more information. Will they be at E3 or not? I don't really know. Will they be at all of those European gaming conferences and expos and conventions, that they're always at, that they always release gameplay? 100%. I think at least promo the game. But then on top of that, the wheels start to get turning a little bit. There's the hour-plus gameplay that still has not been released from last year's E3 that nobody seems to care about, that they could definitely release right now. So here's what I'm thinking, right? Cyberpunk 2077, still going to be a great game, still going to be one of the best games this console generation, but check this out. What happens if, on top of the old gameplay, on top of the 2019 E3 gameplay that they probably should have released, they then go ahead and have a developer walkthrough where they have the game director, the head of studio, or whoever walking you through a piece of gameplay and playing it on the playable demo or whatever, a playable version of the game that they have booted up. I think that would be really fucking cool. I think that would be something. I don't like to speculate on stuff like this, but I think CD Projekt Red, in between the time that the game is going to be released and right now, I think that they'll do something special for the fans, whether it's an hour's plus of gameplay. Hopefully it's not 14 minutes of edited footage. Hopefully that's not it. Don't do that ever again. Don't do that ever again. They probably got that from the fucking media. The media was like, gamers are too fucking stupid to understand what's going on with the gameplay. Release 14 minutes of edited content, and that's how we get the gameplay across. No, don't ever do that again. I don't ever want to see 14 minutes of an hour-long piece of gameplay ever again. I don't want to see it. But hopefully they do something like that where they release the 2019 hour-long gameplay. Then they have something for 2020 where they release the 2020 hour-long gameplay. So that way, I never, ever, 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 ever have to do this ever again, where I literally am so jacked, I'm so excited for a video game, and I now have to come in and wait 9 months for it to be released instead of the 4 technical. Yeah, like it would have been released 3 months to the day. It would have been 3 months, 3 months. But now I gotta wait until September. It sucks. It freaking sucks. It always sucks to have delayed games. But I think CD Projekt Red will come out with something for the fans. Frick, man, 9 freaking months later, 9 months later, and we'll get Cyberpunk 2077. This has been 24. Remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe for more. God, I am so impatient with video games. I hate delays. I hate them so much, especially when a game is delayed for like freaking 7 months or 8 months, 9 months, and I don't get that. It doesn't matter. Until my next video, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.